All right. Hey, Steffi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I am really excited to be doing this little interview with you today. We were going to do this on Facebook Live, but Steffi's having a little bit of troubles with connecting her phone to the internet. So we're just doing this on Zoom today, which is fine. I think it's more intimate this way anyways. As you guys can see, I'm actually outside. I decided to do this interview outside. So I hope that you enjoy like all of the sounds of the birds and the sounds of like all of the everything that's going on around here. All right, so Steffi, where were you? Like, what position were you in when you first started working with me? Like, what was going on in your head? What was it that you were struggling with in your business? Like, what kind of was going on?
So it seems like so long ago now, but it wasn't actually that long ago. But I just remember just feeling so frustrated and just down all the time. I mean, I thought I was doing everything. I was showing up online. I was growing my audience. I had a list of, I think it was around 700, wasn't it? And I just couldn't figure out why nobody was sort of buying. I was having sales calls with continuous no's. It was just like a constant cycle of sort of what's going on really, why isn't this working for me? And then yeah, I mean I'd been in that situation for a couple of months and I was just so fed up and I thought I've either got to fix this now or I'm just going to continue going as I've been going and nothing's going to change. And I knew I just couldn't stay. I couldn't stay like that for any longer. Yeah, it was just such a frustration really more than anything because I thought I was doing everything. I just couldn't understand where that sort of disconnect was. And I think sometimes when you're in your own business, like, and you're so like focused and sort of that tunnel vision, it's just hard sometimes to sort of take that emotion away and really see what's going on.
And so initially, I know that it was like a big struggle for you. You were like, I was already investing in something else, right? Like, I don't know if I want to take another step. But you know, we worked through it. You like took the leap, and where do you feel like you are now?
So completely different. I'm not sort of it just seems like a completely different place. So I'm not like waking up in the morning worrying, stressing, you know, my audience is growing with the right people, because that was an issue before. And that was mainly because of my niche. I hadn't sort of like really got clear on sort of where I wanted to be and sort of who I wanted to work with. So I've gained a lot of clarity in that, which has really helped me with growing my audience, and even just my confidence and things like that has just come on leaps and bounds. I've really been working on sort of my self-worth and things like that, and my money mindset has dramatically improved. I had some big issues there, which we worked on. And like a lot of things I remember when I was talking to you were coming up from years ago. Sort of fears were coming up from that, which I hadn't even connected with this business and how I was showing up. So when we worked through those types of things, I was just really able to sort of step into my own, really be confident and comfortable in myself, which I wasn't before. Sorry.
Okay.
I was just really like, I've lost my train of thought now. So yeah, I mean, like just showing up online now is a lot easier. I was really struggling a lot with fear of judgment from family and friends, and even just not even just them, just from anyone as well, I suppose. So I was, even though I was doing everything that I thought, I was like marketing, getting visible, selling, but all in a way that felt comfortable to me, and I was never doing that little bit more that I needed to do. So like we worked on that and worked through my fears and, you know, my mindset issues, and I've really just embraced the uncomfortableness, and that's been a big turning point in how I've sort of moved forward, I guess, as well as the
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. And, you know, we're planning a 6-figure year for you this year, right?
Yeah.
How possible does that feel now in comparison to like where you were a few months ago? Like how does your success feel right now, knowing that you're on a different path?
I guess it just feels like it's happening now. Whereas like last year, I just couldn't see it at all. And it's about just really trusting that I'm doing everything I need to do, but not because I know another thing was that I was trying to do so many different things as well. And a lot of them I just didn't need to do. And when we looked at that, you know, and I started to sort of batch my time and really be able to spend that time with my family in between again. That was a big turning point for me actually as well. But yeah, it just feels like it's going to happen now. It's not, you know, it doesn't feel like this like lifetime away. Like, am I ever going to get there? Am I ever going to be like all the other coaches I see online? Which is where I was at, you know, a few months ago. So yeah,
Oh, I
completely.
love it. I'm so excited
Yeah.
for you. I'm so excited for you with everything that's going on for you in your business right now. And so what has your experience been like working with me versus like other programs or like other investments that you've made in your business in the past?
So as you know, I was already in a program when I started working with you, but I hadn't actually worked with anyone one-to-one, and that's what I was really looking for as well, because I felt like I needed more support and sort of hands-on, somebody more hands-on. So sorry, what was the question?
How was the experience working with me different than your experience with like other programs, other investments?
Yeah. So I think just having you there, I mean, like if I had a question or, you know, you would be there straight away. I wasn't sort of waiting for, you know, days on end, which was different to how it had been before. So I wasn't like spending that time like just going over things in my mind thinking, oh my gosh, you know, you were there straight away, which was just brilliant. And also I think the sort of the hands-on approach of like doing strategies that worked for me and not just following a sort of, you know, cookie cutter approach and doing it my way and doing what felt good. That was a big thing for me. And even with the sort of sales and things like that, you know, as you know, I was following like a sales script, and it was just so robotic, and we really like worked on that as well into sort of like just helping my sales conversations just sort of flow. So yeah, I really like the fact that you aren't like a one strategy fits all type of coach. And that, I mean, we did a lot of strategy, but we also did a lot of mindset. And I like that as well, because I did have lots coming up. And yeah, you just can't have one.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that at first for you, it was a big, like, we needed to advance your strategy. We needed to do like completely new strategies for you. We needed to look at, you know, like what was going on in your business. I know that you got on like a ton of no's on like a lot of different calls. So that was like the first piece. But then the second piece was also like, hey, there's still some mindset stuff in here, right? Like there's still some fears going on in here. And I think that when we really started to put both of those together, got you doing some new Facebook ads, like you got a client like right off the bat with that. And that was just incredible.
Yeah. And I think all them no's kind of, even though I kept going, sort of my confidence was sort of, you know, going down and down and down. Like, so even though I kept going, you know, that was coming across to my audience, that was coming across, you know, on my calls, and we really had to sort of work on bringing that back up. And yeah, so I mean, even though I did keep going, it wasn't sort of in a way that, you know, was going to be getting me clients.
Right. Yes. Yes. And that's why the mindset work is so important, even when you implement the advanced strategy. I love that. I love that. And so what would you say to someone who might be in your specific shoes that you were in, let's say like 4 or 5 months ago, where you were like, oh, should I invest again? Like, what should I do? And they're thinking about investing in my mastermind or thinking about investing in, one-on-one or something like that. Like, what would you tell them right now in terms of like your experience with working with me?
Just do it. If that like thought is there, if that like desire is there at all, just go for it, because like I think I'd been following you for not very long, probably just a couple of months, but like I'd been sort of watching all your videos and all your posts, your emails. I was like reading every single one, but like when I look back to before working with you, I realized how much time I'd wasted in sort of not fully showing up and not not having that strategy for me. I realized how much time I'd wasted and how I could have solved it a lot sooner if I'd just gone in with you before that. So I definitely say to just go for it. I mean, that's the one thing we don't get back is time. And that is the one thing sometimes I think, oh my gosh, although, I had a lot of learnings, I built up a lot of resilience, but it didn't need to be that way. It didn't need to be that hard. So yeah, definitely. I mean, even if there's like a tiny thought and you're thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? You've got nothing to lose, really. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. That's so nice. And I think I can totally resonate with the whole, like, you're wasting your time, like, right? You're wasting your time. It's this whole, like, our time is so precious and we spend so much of it just like resisting what it is that we really want to do. And once we do it, it's just like we open up all of the possibilities. So I love that. Tell us, what are you up to right now in your business? Where can we find you? Like, what are like the big exciting things happening right now? I know that we've been working lately on really owning your own voice, and I've been loving that, because now when I see all of your posts, it's just like, that's Steffi that's talking. It's not like what she thinks she should be saying. That's what she wants to say. So like, what's going on for you right now?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was really sort of, how you just end up following somebody else's strategy and then you end up sort of just taking on their voice and you're just not even you. So that is how I'd ended up, really. So yeah, lots going on for me at the moment. I'm in the process of filling my one-to-ones, and then I'm super excited to start a group coaching program soon. I've made some big changes in my Facebook group lately and really sort of got aligned to sort of me, and sort of, whereas before, like I said, I just wasn't sort of being me. So there's big changes in there. That's called the Female Success Club. Loving it in there now. Yeah, and I'm excited to just see this year and sort of how different it's going to be, really. But yeah, like so much has changed, and it just feels a bit sort of surreal, I suppose, in terms of like how I feel and just my business. I mean, even from like people that I knew sort of I've connected with beforehand, I even get messages from them saying, oh my gosh, like I can see like how much things have changed for you. And it's just amazing getting those types of messages as well. And it just shows like how much sort of the work I put in and, the ups and downs and things, it was all sort of worth it. But yeah, it didn't need to be that length of time.
Yeah, I love that. So Stephanie's going to be introducing a brand new group program all about how to get your first client, which is so exciting. And yeah, so she's a business coach who helps coaches find their first client, all about kind of like setting you up, starting you off, getting you on a really, really good pace. So excited to see all that coming up for you.
I just realized I didn't even say what I did then. What's going on? Oh
No worries.
God,
That's
blabbing
why
away.
I'm here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay.
Check Steffi out if you feel like you want someone, if you feel like you're really resonating with what she's saying, if you're really resonating with what I'm saying and kind of everything that we've talked about. The mastermind is still open for enrollment. We close officially in April because that's when we're going to start. But if you also are watching this to kind of see how the one-on-one experience is, Steffi has experience with that as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.